Corry, editor of Air and Travel magazine, joins us now. Good morning to you, Eoghan.
Good morning,
Can you
Ciara.
explain for people listening why we are in a situation where the airport last summer, for example, had huge queues and was pretty dirty, the toilets, etc. It was pretty grim a lot of the time. It didn't used to be like that. What
Travel
has changed?
returned, not in the numbers. A couple of things went wrong last summer. One of them was that airports across Europe were caught. Dublin was caught. They ended up then with the difficulty of staffing up to meet the numbers that were coming through. They ran into the problems in the labour market. Anyone with business this morning listening to it will need no introduction to that. They also ran into a problem with a change in their own security pass system, which meant that extra verification was needed for people working airside. What's happening at the moment, though, just very simply comes down to money. Dublin Airport wants to charge more per passenger than they're allowed. They're looking for about €13 to €14 per passenger charge. Told them the Commission of Aviation they're only allowed to charge look after these Euro things. 50. That's a difference of €5 in between. And what has broken is a letter that went from Dublin Airport Authority's chairman, Basil Geoghan, saying, how do you expect us to staff up our security? How do you expect us to offer the services that passengers allow when we're not allowed to charge enough to cover our cost?
Let me tell you what the DAF said, because they've sent us in a statement on it. You can tell me if you think this is reasonable. Dublin is and wants to remain one of Europe's lowest cost airports. But this decision not to allow us to increase charges is bad news for passengers who also share our desire for efficient, high-quality service, basically disallowing the recruitment of staff needed. It goes on to say passenger charges need to be set at a level which allow Dublin to be a resilient operation and give passengers a quality service. Is there truth in that, or what I'm wondering is, considering the difficulty we have staffing so many different sectors of the economy, it's just a shortage of people, charges, and they still might be short of staff.
The Commission clearly don't believe it's as simple as that. That's why the debate is taking place in the first place. And there's a bigger background to it, because this, the charges are put through for the next 4 years. Basil was rattling a little bit before Christmas in these letters. The new CEO of Dublin Airport is Kenny Jacobs. Listeners will remember him arguing for Ryanair for many, many years. He was the marketing manager for Ryanair, and coming on your show saying the charges were too high, charged by Dublin Airport. He's now saying they're too low.
Oh, and you're very good at predicting the travel environment. Are we going to see the same scenes again this summer? Will it be travel chaos in the airport? Will it be big long queues, having to go 3 hours early for short haul flights, all that kind of stuff?
I think the security queue problem is over. Some of the other problems will kick on a little bit in terms of staffing, in terms of meeting demand. We're not quite back to pre-pandemic levels. We're looking at the slots. We're not really going to be back to 2019 levels. So we're they will be staffed up with security, because that was such a big drama. Staff had to be trained. But there are going to be knock-on problems, and there's a massive problem in other airports that will emerge in Dublin in the baggage hall. Heathrow and Amsterdam still in trouble. We could have a lot of lost bags again this summer, but I don't expect us to be told arrive that early at the airport. We will be able to get through security. Some of the other bits will be a bit hairy.
All right. Look, thank you for speaking to us.
Ciara, always a great pleasure.